Hi everyone, my name is Shubhangi Salunke, HOD of B Chef Civil Department. Today we are going to learn about building planning and drawing 22405, second chapter, that is planning of building. The content of this chapter is principle of planning of residential and public building. In that we have aspect, prospect, orientation, grouping, privacy, allegiance, etc. Then we have a space requirement and a norm for minimum dimension of the difference. Then the units in the residential and public building as per IS 962/1989. Then we have a rules and bylaws of sanctioning authority for construction works. Then we are going to study about a plot area, build-up area, super build-up area, plinth area, means various types of areas. Then we are going to learn about a line plan for residential building and for public building. In a residential building, we have 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK plan, and in a public building, we are going to plan about a primary health center, restaurant, post office, hotel, hospital, etc. So let's start it. First is the principle of planning. In the principle of planning, there are 11 principles of planning. First is aspect, prospect, privacy, roominess, grouping, circulation, flexibility, sanitation, elegancy, economy, and furniture requirement. First, we see about what is aspect. It is a proper placement of different rooms of building so that the occupant can enjoy the gift of nature such as sunshine, breeze and the view of the landscape at different hours of the day. If they are cheerful, people living in the mindset content and happy. Hence, the building must be designed to suit with all its varying aspects. Aspect depend upon the direction of the sun, light, air and run. A room receiving a light and air from particular direction is said to have aspect of that room or that direction. For example, the kitchen should have an east aspect so that the morning sun refresh and purify air and kitchen would remain cool and clear in the later part of the day. In the north direction, V is very good for study room, reading room, workshop, classroom, storage, staircase, because there will not be a direct sunlight from north, but also difficult and evenly distributed light will be available. Aspect means you're taking a maximum advantage of nature and you're placing the room like this. Like in kitchen, we should place in it so that they can the UV rays can kill the germs and everything. And if you place a living room or a study room in the north direction, then there we don't require a direct sunlight, but we require a light throughout the day. Therefore, we keep the living room or study room in a north direction. Like this, we are taking a maximum advantage of nature, and then we are placing our or we are planning our plan like this. The first is a aspect. Like this, you can see the living room and the drawing room should be kept in the south or southeast. Bedroom should be of southwest or a northwest. Usually the bedroom should be at the west direction because there we don't need so much of light. We need there a calm environment. Therefore, the west is very good as the sunset is very calm. Therefore, we keep a bedroom at southwest or northwest. Then we have a dining room that should be at south or southeast. Then we have a kitchen that should be at the east or northeast. Then we have a veranda that will be at the west or southwest. We have a study room that is on the north direction. Like this, we can take a maximum advantage of the nature and we can place our different types of units in that direction. The second one is the prospect. Prospect refer to an view has seen of the outside from the window in general and door in external walls. It is determined by the view has desired from certain room of a building, such as a view of garden, beautiful scenery, and nearby hilly, etc. Perspective include taking a full advantage of beauty of nature in the landscape by revolving to an occupant certain pleasant feature and at the same time concealing some undesirable view in a given outlook. For example, in the diagram, prospect means we are going to construct a window or a door at that direction where the view is very good, and we are going to block the unwanted view by simply not constructing a window at that wall, so that it will be break or it will not decide or it will not decided that garbage or nala or anything which has been flowing or been kept aside of a building, we can block that side, because we don't need that view, undesirable view. We need a balcony or a lake or scenario, so we will keep our door or window at that direction where the scenery is very good. The perspective means blocking the undesirable view and considering a very good view. So this is known as a prospect. Then we go for a privacy. Privacy is of the most important consideration in the planning of building of all type of in general and residential building in particular. There are two type of privacy. First is the internal privacy and second one is the external privacy. In the internal privacy, the direct view inside any room from any other room or a passage lobby is prevented. Internal privacy play an important role in circulation of inside the building. For example, all the doors should not be placed in one line. Placing of single shutter door of more privacy than double shutter door. By proper furniture arrangement, the using of screen at the door of WC and bath etc. and use of partitions. If you want to maintain a privacy of room, we can maintain it. Every room requiring privacy by simply placing a door at particular direction so that the privacy can be maintained. If you are placing a door at center, then privacy is not maintained. Therefore, always keep in mind we have to place the door at particularly at specific corner so that we can maintain a maximum privacy. Also, we should see that we should place an door of single shutter only, not of double shutter. If we are placing a double shutter door, then obviously the length will be more, and the person which are roaming around can see inside your room. So therefore we will place a single shutter door only. So how the internal privacy has been maintained like this means, internal privacy means we have to take care that privacy of each and every room should be maintained. Either it will be a kitchen or WC or it can be a bedroom, anything. Then we come for external privacy. In external privacy, the direct view of the building from the surrounding building is obstructed. Also prevent from noise and pollution from the road. External privacy means a building to building privacy. If you want to maintain a building to building privacy, then obviously we should construct an compound wall throughout the plot area so that some distance has been maintained between the buildings and the external privacy will be prevented. For example, a sufficient keeping a seal height will not disturb the external privacy. If a veranda is to be planned in the front side to maintain the external privacy. Obviously, sometimes we also require a privacy in living room also. So we keep a veranda outside so that the outcomer can sit in the veranda and they can come in like this. Then the further rising seal height of WC and bathroom also maintain external privacy. You can see the bathrooms and WC's window is quite at a large height or at the heighted. Why? Because to maintain privacy. Build a compound wall on the plot boundaries or plant a tree near a building. Even though if you are planting a tree, it also good, and it's promote the environment also, and it's also prevent our privacy also. So this all is the example how you can maintain our external privacy also. Now the orientation. An orientation is a positioning of a building in a relation to an sensational variation in the sun path as well as a prevailing wind path. A good orientation can increase the energy efficiency of your home, making it more comfortable to live in and cheap to run. See, Orientation means placing a room according to a north direction. It's very important to draw the sun diagram and represent your rooms or everything. How you can draw the sun diagram? As you can see in the diagram, we have to draw three circles. We have to draw east, west, north, south direction. At the inner circle, you have to write the time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, and then you have to place at what direction you are planning. Like for example, you can see in the diagram that bedroom is at the west, that is on the west south zone, and a living room is at the west south, southwest to west to southeast. And you can see the kitchen is from the east to southeast. Like this, if you read the sun diagram, it is very easy where we get to know how you are placing your rooms. So like this, if in question, if in paper also, if this question comes, you have to explain it and also draw one sun diagram. Orientation means placing a room according to a north direction, and for that we draw the sun diagram. Then the another one is a roominess, the feeling of a space, that is whether it is less, more, or adequately depend upon the shape and the proportion of the length, width, and height. The rectangular room is relatively flat bigger than the square room of the same area. It is also found more convenient from the utility point of view. For a rectangle room, the length to width ratio should be between 1 is to 2 is to 1 or 1 is to 5 is to 1. A ratio 2 is to 1 or more will cause internal effect and create a bad feeling which should be avoided. Like this, you can see in the diagram. If the ceiling height is low, then obviously you will feel like the ceiling is coming to your this and everything, and the room will be seem small. If the ceiling is height is more, then you feel like you are at the chimney. The chimney effect will be like this. If the length is more than the width, okay, more than 2 is to 1, then obviously you will feel like you are at the tunnel. Okay, so we have to take consider that the room width, height, the three dimension of the room should be in the proportion so that we feel like we are sitting in a comfortable room. So it is another type of principle of plan. Now we will come for grouping. The grouping means the arrangement of various rooms in the layout in such a fashion that all the rooms are placed with refer to their function and in due proportional with each other. Each room or unit has to perform a certain function, and there is also some sort of sequence in between them. Generally, the people like to sit in veranda, as such a living room should naturally be next to it. Dining room should be close to a kitchen. Obviously, grouping means we have to group some rooms with each other so that the function will be matched with each other. Like this, we also keep an WC and bath side by side so that the trap pipes or water pipes can be arranged side by side. Like this, we arrange the rooms so that according to their function so that they can function smoothly. Then the next part is a circulation. Circulation is access or the internal movement or thoroughfare provided. Circulation is of two types. One is a horizontal circulation and another is a vertical circulation. If the movement is for the same floor and may be from one room to another room or within the room itself, then it is a horizontal circulation. It means that if you are moving in a same floor on a same floor room to room, then that is known as a horizontal circulation. Horizontal circulation can be achieved providing a passage, corridor, lobbies, verandas या फिर hall. And next one is a vertical circulation. Vertical circulation is a movement from one floor to another. It can be achieved by means of staircase, lifts, elevators. They should be easily accessed from entrance the various room without interrupting our privacy. That means that if there is a staircase, the staircase should be open at such a place that each and every room is close to a staircase, so that they can easily go and come, means circulation can be easily achieved. Like this, there's two types of circulation, horizontal and vertical. Vertical circulation means you are coming from one floor to another floor, how you are moving from one floor to another, either from a staircase or from a lift. Like this, the vertical circulation has been achieved. Like this, you can see in the diagram, the first one is a vertical circulation by staircase and everything, and second one is a horizontal circulation by simply placing a doors. Now the flexibility. Flexibility means planning a room in such a way that even though the room originally planned to satisfy a particular purpose, it should be also service another desirable purpose when required in future. Planning is to be done in a manner that the room like living room can be easily converted to a guest room. A dining can be provided in a kitchen. In that case, it may be useful as a kitchen come dining room. If there is a separate dining room, it may be used as a study room. Means your room, whatever room you are planning, that room can be easily converted to another room, like a dining room we can convert easily to a study room, or a living room we can easily convert to a guest room. Like this, the flexibility should be achieved in the room. Next one is elegancy. Elegancy means the beauty and the grace. This effect is provided by greater purity and delicacy of the ornamental enrichment of construction. And elegancy is related to an appearance of the building, that is the elevation, which can be made attractive, impressive, and pleasant. It means that how the building look from the outside, that is known as elegancy. For example, if you see the residential building, you get to know yeah, that is a residential building. If you see the malls, you get to know that is a mall. How? Because of the external appearance of the building. If there is a hospital, obviously we get to know there is a hospital by external appearance of the building. If there is a temple, we obviously for a temple, the architecture point of view is very different. They obviously put very different everything. So like this, if you see some building, you get to know that that building is a residential building, or a temple, or a school, or a cinema hall, or what for, and that is known as elegancy. Elegancy means the external view, the front view of the building. Then there is a sanitation. Sanitation including the provision of sufficient light, ventilation, cleanliness, and sanitary conservation in following way. First is the lighting. The object of lighting is to promote the work or any activity to be carried in the building under a safety condition and pleasant environment, which are helpful to contain the internet, economy, and a sense of well-being. Lighting is of two types. One is a natural light and another is a artificial light. Natural light, the sun is the main source of natural light. Sunlight illuminate and also destroy the bacteria, disease, and germs. Since it's contain a UV rays, means the planning is to make to great require of natural light. Artificial light is the main required at the night or replacement or supplementary to a natural light. Then the artificial light, you can make your room a very cheerful, comfortable, stylish, in the moderation decorate room. Like this, you can decorate your room by an artificial light also. Then the next one is a ventilation. It may be defined as a system supplying of fresh air from outside by nature or a mechanical device, and removing of the air ventilated by an respiration, bacteria, and pleasant odor from the room in order to maintain a comfortable condition. Ventilation means the air should be passed through each and every room, or natural air, or you can have artificial air by simply placing a fans and everything, so that the artificial ventilation can be achieved. Then we have cleanliness. It is the responsibility of the occupant to maintain the building clean and neat. However, the precaution should be taken to provide a facility for a cleaning and prevention of dust accumulation. Obviously, now we should clean everything and then only we start our day. Like this only we should clean our building also, and we should start our day. Sanitary convenience, this include the prevention of bathroom, water closet, latrine, urinal to remove the unhygienic material away from the living place. The wall of the bathroom and water closet should be provided with and Dettol so that they can easily clean. Obviously, if you see in the washroom, the in the washroom there is maximum time there is a tiles has been placed, and that tile is known as a dado. Why the dados will be, why we place the dados? First thing, the water is not placed or it do not stay on the dado, and also it will be very easy to clean. Therefore we place a dado in a WC bath, etc. So this is all about for this video. The continue part we are going to see in the next video. Thank you everyone.